Well, hey, LifeGroup Leaders and LifeGroup Leader candidates. It's Pastor Taylor. Just stopping by real quick, make a quick video to share with you that this coming Sunday, some of you know about this, some of you do not. Some of you have already been to this. But we're wrapping up our third cohort of group leader trainings and candidates who will have completed our group leader training classes. This is some special discipleship and equipping for those who are considering teaching. Not many of these have committed to teaching any groups yet. Some have, but we like to train our teachers, most of them anyway, before they're trained. Too many times in ministry and in teaching and in serving, we'll be plugged in, and how many times have you heard or even felt, I got put here, but I've never been trained? Well, for about the last 2 years, as far as life group leaders go, and now expanding that to others, including our hospitality ministry and very soon our youth ministry, we are working hard to make sure that training is something our leaders never have lack for. So anyway, this Sunday at 7:30, I know it's early, that's the bad news, but we'll have donuts, coffee, and we'll be finishing up our last group leader training on the subject of multiplication. All right. The reason I want to talk to you about this isn't because I think that you doubt I doubt your third grade timetable skills. Multiplication is something that we believe God calls us to, especially for our groups and our discipleship efforts, to create places for every person in the church to be able to come. Groups that they can come to where they're known, where they can know others, where they can form relationships and friendships. And multiplication is when groups decide on purpose from their inception, before they even begin, that, hey, we're going to be a group that starts more groups. They can be small groups. We say that a life group at Crossroads is any group with 3 or more people meeting together regularly for the purpose of Bible study, fellowship, and prayer. There's a lot more that goes into it, though. If we're going to teach and make disciples, not just teach, but teach to observe God's word, as Jesus says, there's a little bit more that you need as leaders to be trained in to be able to do that. And that's what these trainings are all about. So I would like to invite you, even those of you who are current life group leaders, maybe you've been doing this since before Crossroads even started and are still maintaining some of these groups. I want to invite you to come and just see what these trainings are all about, and also give you some information, some helpful training on how to prepare your group to multiply. I want to share with you just the first couple of discussion questions that we're going to ask and see if they hit home with you. All right, so first one right here. You ready? Describe a time when you felt lonely in a group. Has that ever been you? Maybe at a new church, perhaps even at Crossroads sometimes. Describe a time when you felt lonely in a group. Maybe a life group, maybe a Sunday school class. Describe a time when you felt your group was too big. This is part of the same question. Can a person feel both of these at once? I feel lonely and my group is too big. Usually we think a lonely group would be one where there's not many people, but sometimes you can feel lost in a crowd, right? And we can get so excited when our groups finally start going that we never make plans to start a new group. People come in later, maybe a few years after we've gotten started, and they have a completely different experience than we had at the beginning. We've just, as natives to the group, gotten accustomed to the way things are and how people feel welcome. And we feel welcome. What's wrong with these new people? Whenever you start noticing this happening, that's a sign. Whenever the new people are coming, they don't quite fit in, or the dynamics changing. That's when it's time to start thinking, hey, the Lord's showing us it may be time to start a group. And that comes a lot easier if you've already been trained and if your group has been conditioned from the beginning to know that, hey, we're not just starting this group for our group's sake. We're starting this group for the sake of starting other groups, for the sake of making sure that everyone has somewhere they can go where everybody knows their name, where they can be a part of the Great Commission, teaching people, seeing people baptized, seeing lives and marriages and families changed for the gospel and the sake of Christ's kingdom. I want to invite you to come this Sunday. That'll be on June the 28th, 7:30 in the gym. There will be donuts. There will be coffee to wake you up. Why is it so early? We find it's a lot easier to get people to come up and show up early than it is for them to stay later. It's challenging, but so is leading a group. And if you can show up at 7:30 a.m. on a Sunday for a handful of trainings, then you'll probably make a pretty decent life group leader. So anyway, I want to invite you to this Sunday of a part of our group leader trainings for having healthy groups and how we can have our groups be those that not only make disciples, but that multiply and make more groups, whether they're Sunday groups, starting weeknight groups, or Wednesday night weeknight groups, having sister groups, and starting new Sunday groups. Guys, there are new people in our church. You're probably feeling it like I am, seeing people that you've never seen before on Sunday. Those guys need relationships with us, and we can't be the answer. Our groups, once a group gets past about 8 to 12 people, that small group dynamic is lost, and it starts feeling like a crowd. It doesn't feel like the group that it was when it got started. And we can be a part of the answer for that, starting new groups with new people. If you'd like to come be a part of it, we want you there. This Sunday, 7:30, talking about groups. No commitments other than that. Just come, receive, enjoy. See some of our new group leader candidates. Some of your groups, I know, are desiring to have new leadership come in and lead. If you have someone in your group that could be a good candidate, but they're just scared to death, or you've asked them and they've said no, or they've been on the fence, bring them with you. Come check it out. We're going to have a good time. You'll see what this is about. And if they like it, they can get in on our next cohort, which will start when the school year's getting closer to starting here in a couple months. So anyway, love you guys. Looking forward to having you join and be a part of what God's doing in our groups if you're not already. And we'll talk to you soon. Oh, and if you've already been through, but it's been a year or so, and you're like, I need a refresher. I'd love to see what we can do to kick off groups and help them be healthy and get started. Or maybe you're just itching to start a new group. We don't just want to train you and develop you. We want to deploy you. Remember that. And there's a whole separate track in training, a set of training wheels for you to start your group well with this, with other things that go with it. It's going to be a good time. So anyway, a little something for everybody, wherever you are. But come check it out. Hope to see you soon. Bye.